How's it going? Sunday, February 27th, 2022. Look at this hat I got on. From South America, Colombia. Why am I wearing that hat? I don't know. It's a fitted hat. Continuing my baseball analysis of Baseball Hall of Famers. I've done 2 episodes, career batting average and old school and new school home run hitters. I'm covering 75-year periods, 2 of them. 1871 to 1950, old school. 1951 to 2020, new school. I covered how many players had a career batting average over 300 in both eras in the 75-year periods. 65 Hall of Fame players between 1871 and 1950 had a career batting average over 300. 21 Hall of Fame players between 1951 and 2020 had a career batting average over 300. From 1871 to 1950, there were 4 players that had 400 or more home runs career. Between 1951 and 2020, there were 27 Hall of Famers who had 400 or more home runs. This episode 373, will focus on 1,500 or more RBIs. How many players in the old school era had career 1,500 or more RBIs? There were 16 between 1871 and 1950. Babe Ruth, 2214. Cap Hansen, 2,075. Lou Gehrig, 1,995. Ty Cobb, 1944. Jimmy Fox, 1922. Mel Ott, 1860. Al Simmons, 1828. Honus Wagner, 1732. Goose Goslin, 1612. Nap Lajoie, 1599. Rogers Hornsby, 1584. Jake Beckley, 1581. Harry Heilman, 1543. Joe DiMaggio, 1537. Tris Speaker, 1531. And Sam Crawford, 1,523 RBIs. 16 Hall of Famers between 1871 and 1950 with 1,500 RBIs. How about in the new school era? 1951 to 2020, how many? 25 Hall of Famers. Leading the pack, Hank Aaron, 2297. Stan Musial, 1951. Eddie Murray, 1917. Willie Mays, 1903. Carl Yastrzemski, 1844. Ted Williams, 1839. Ken Griffey, 1836. Dave Winfield, 1833. Frank Robinson, 1812. Frank Thomas, 1,704 RBI. Reggie Jackson, 1702. Jim Thome, 1699. Cal Ripken, 1695. Tony Perez, 1652. Ernie Banks, 1636. Chipper Jones, 1623. George Brett, 1596. Mike Schmidt, 1595. Andrew Dawson, 1591. Harmon Killebrew, 1584. Hal Kaline, 1583. Willie McCovey, 1555. Willie Stargell, 1540. Jeff Bagwell, 1529. And the 25th player, Mickey Mantle, 1509. What do you think? So you've got 16 and 25. That makes 41 Hall of Famers had 1,500 or more career RBIs. Hank Aaron leads with 2297, followed by Babe Ruth, 2214. Cap Hansen, 2,075. Only 3 players with 2,000 or more RBIs. There's one who's playing now, Albert Pujols. I don't have him on the list because he's not in the Hall of Fame yet. Only Hall of Famers I'm focusing on. What do you think? Why are the new schoolers have more career 1,500 RBI guys than old school? 16 in the old school, 25 in the new. That's 11 more players. Well, I think because there are more players playing. Back in those days, not as many players putting up the career numbers. Also, in the new school, these ball players play longer careers, 20, 25 years. In the old school, some of these guys just played 15, 16, 17 years. Did you know that Joe DiMaggio has 1,537 RBIs in approximately 13 years? He plays 20 years, he has over 2,000. So most of these other guys, 18 years, 20 years. Jeff Bagwell had a good ratio of RBIs. I think he played about 16 years, and yet he has 1,529 RBIs, almost 100 RBIs a year. Wow. Most consistent player, though, you got to give it up for Lou Gehrig, 17 years, 1,995 RBIs. 5 RBIs short. He quits in his final year, sits out, doesn't play again because he's Lou Gehrig's disease. He only needed 5 more RBIs for 2,000. I wonder if he knew it at the time. Could have a pinch hit and maybe just getting those extra 5 RBIs for the 2,000 mark. Come on, Lou. Ty Cobb played 24 years, had 1,944 RBIs, and he's not a slugger. Base hit guy, extra base hit guy. Yet he has 1,944. Tris Speaker, another guy, he's not a slugger, yet he had 1,531. Oh, let's see. The other guys here on the list, most of them are sluggers. You got Musial, Murray, Mays, Yastrzemski, Williams. Williams is an interesting case. He played 18 years, but he had 3 or 4 years in the military. He has 1,839 RBIs, yet he serves in the military for 3 to 4 years. Those are his prime years. 100 RBIs each. He's up to 2,200 RBIs. He may even be number 1 in RBIs if he had a full 22 years, 23 years. Ted Williams, what a player. And I think Lou Gehrig would probably be number 1 because he had 17 years, yet he had 1,995 RBIs. He could have been number 1 in RBIs, Lou Gehrig. All right, that covers this episode. Next one, I'm gonna focus on runs scored. Okay, talk to you then. I'm out.